There may be coincidences in life, but in soaps, not so much. So we suspect that the 1-2 punch General Hospital just delivered is setting up a liaison reunion years in the making. How can you help this Thanksgiving? Bring them home. Follow our logic. First, during the show's 60th anniversary special, it was revealed that Steve Burton would be reprising his role of the late Jason Morgan. Then, the soap's head writers hinted at Elizabeth getting a jaw-dropping shock. A little while into the new year, Elizabeth will be stunned, Chris Van Etten and Dan O'Connor told Soap Opera Digest, when a presence from her past ends up on her doorstep needing her assistance. Could that presence from her past be anyone but Jason, alive and well, having survived the 2021 tunnel collapse that supposedly sent him to that great tiny black t-shirt sale in the hereafter? From a storyline perspective, the timing is perfect. Elizabeth and significant other Finn are finally in a good place. In other words, ripe for upset. And if Liz keeps Jason's resurrection from her boyfriend, after already having lied about her involvement with Nicholas, it could only be game over for the couple. In the meantime, as Liz helps Jason figure out the best way to reveal to Port Charles, including former wife Sam and former wife Carly, that rumors of this death were greatly exaggerated, the ex-lovers might be reminded of just how important they once were to each other. So by the time that Finn finds out that Liz has sat on another whopper of a secret, she might only be kinda sorta sad to see their romance come to an end. What do you think? Will it be Jason who comes knocking on Liz's door, or this other man from her past? On your way to the comments. General Hospital fans who are excited about the prospect of Steve Burton reprising the role of Jason Quartermaine Morgan might want to sit down before starting to read this article. Why's that? The Emmy winner's return engagement has yet to begin on screen, and already he's talking about not only the end of his run as Stone Cold, but the end of his acting career. How can you help this Thanksgiving? Bring them home. During a recent interview with ABC's Chicago affiliate, Burton, who got his start in showbiz on the sitcom Out of This World when he was just a teenager, said, "I feel like I have another. I don't know. It's a feeling right now, and I don't like to go on feelings all the time. Another 2 or 3 years of acting." Which suggests that Jason had better act pretty fast to finish all of the business that he left unresolved when he died in air quotes again in 2021. That means, among other things, acknowledging the old feelings that had stirred between him and his old flame, BFF Sonny Corinthos ex-mole, Carly Spencer, and once and for all deciding whether he and former wife Sam McCall are as done as her new boyfriend Dan Falconeri believes that they are. I said in my video when I left, if the COVID vaccine mandates are dropped, I'd love to return to General Hospital and finish my career there, Burton recalled. So I'm excited. I mean, it's been a big part of my life. It's enabled me to do so many things in my life and opened so many other doors for myself and my family. It's been incredible. So close and yet so far. On January 31, Steve Burton disclosed approximately how long General Hospital fans would have to wait for his first appearance as a back-from-the-dead Jason Morgan. On the daytime drama podcast that he hosts with sometime castmate and real-life buddy Bradford Anderson Spinelli, the Emmy winner said that he was due on the set of the ABC soap next week. Since Burton had previously figured that his comeback would start to unspool on air about 4 weeks after he began taping, that puts Jason's resurrection and all of the accompanying shock reactions, well, what do you know? Right at the end of February sweeps. Get more preview here and see who may be the first person he visits here. You'll recall that back in 2021, Burton was let go by the soap for refusing to comply with the COVID vaccine mandate that had been put in place to protect the health and well-being of the cast and crew. He soon went back to Days of Our Lives to reprise his long-ago role of Harris Michaels, who was gradually turned into a character that was so like Jason. They even dressed alike. See for yourself below. Previously, when Burton had exited General Hospital, he joined The Young and the Restless as Nicky Newman's surprise son, Dylan McAvoy. If there's one word to describe General Hospital's Jason, we probably have to go with steadfast or stoic, maybe reliable. The point is, over the decades, Jason's become something of a steady force in Port Charles. someone to be counted on when things are tough. He's the strong, silent type who's won the hearts of half the ladies of Port Charles and the trust of even those working on opposite sides of the law. But that could all change. After all, this latest brush with death could be an entirely new beginning for him. Why go back to the same old patterns? Or maybe we should say, the same new patterns. Because Jason wasn't always this way. Once upon a time, he was the golden boy of the Quartermaine family, destined to follow in his parents' footsteps and become an incredible doctor. That all changed after AJ's car accident, but what if it changed back? So far, none of Jason's countless brushes with death have brought his lost memories back. Not car accidents, bombs, motorcycle collisions, or gunshot wounds. Years ago, he had a piece of dashboard removed from the original accident after another car accident. While we thought at the time it might reset a few things in Jason, it didn't change much. Maybe it was just waiting for another sizable bonk to start rekindling memories of his old life. Jason disappeared under a pile of rubble. If that didn't cause a head injury, we don't know what would. And wham, suddenly we got Jason Morgan Quartermaine, a man straddling two worlds, much like his nephew Michael. This doesn't mean he'd suddenly go back to wanting to be a doctor, but he could want to reconnect with his family, or what's left of them. Michael could be a huge help in bridging the gap between his mob life and former life. After all, that's what he's been doing for years as he's balanced Sonny and AJ's worlds. He wouldn't have to lose his memory of his new life as Jason Morgan, but he could regain memories of his old one as Jason Quartermaine. He spent over 2 decades as that person. That's no small chunk of his life. The Quartermaines have shrunk quite a bit since he turned his back on that life, but he's still got family. And while he and Monica did, over time, grow a bit closer, this could be his chance to rejoin the Quartermaines for real and be more involved in their lives and their drama. In a way, the show gave us a twist on this before, back when Drew first showed up, and everyone thought he was an amnesiac Jason. Yes, it was a rare case of double amnesia, or so we thought. The point is, for a time, it gave us a new take on Jason right up until the real one returned and Drew was established as his brother. This is General Hospital's chance to finally merge Jason's history, his full history, without taking Jason Morgan away. In the same way Sonny experienced a rebirth of sorts after his own amnesia, still, in a way, retaining some of his Mike identity along with all the memories. General Hospital can give us a Jason who's more than mob enforcer. What would this whole Jason be like? Who would he love? We can't say, but one thing we do know is the sky's the limit.